Hey, happy day 544. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here with a green drink. It's kind of greenish brown. Ugh, not delicious, but it's really good for me. And it gives me energy and makes me feel better, so I will drink it. I drink a green drink every day and a red drink every day and some tea and some coffee and some water, lots of water, and all those things that are good for me because I want to keep going. I want to keep chugging. So let's talk about partnering. Partnering for the 90-day challenge. Today's day 84, day 84 already. And we're talking about influence on steroids, how to do things to make your influence grow exponentially, because it really can, doing some of these strategies that I'm teaching. Today we're talking about partnering to provide more products and services to our perfect prospects than we could do on our own. When I think of partnering, I've got some interesting experiences with partnering. I've had some really excellent partners in my past and in my career, and I've had some really terrible, caused me to drop dead partners in my life. And now I'm not blaming my partners, it's me that dropped dead, but partners that helped to create such stress and such drama and such turmoil in my life, it was almost unbelievable. So I could do a whole day on probably choosing partners, how to choose partners, why it's important to choose the right partners for you, how to structure and set up your partnership relationships, how to do everything with respect to partners so you don't get into the kind of situations that I've been in. I think almost everybody I know has at some time had a partner that was just not right for them. And maybe that's because I attract those people to validate that I'm not the only one that picked a bad partner. But for some reason, it seems that partnerships, just like marriages or any relationship, they're tricky. You have to make sure that you're coming together for the right reasons, that you've got the same common values, and that you've got the same goal, the same thing that you're working toward. I would admit and say that I think whenever there is a money partner and a do the work partner, and that is supposed to be a 50-50 partnership, those seem to be the ones that are fraught with the most emotional difficulty and the most challenge, at least in my experience, because I've been the work partner 100% and somebody else brought the money, and I've also been the money partner when somebody else did the work. And those always seem to get to the point where the person doing all the work thinks that they should be getting more money or a bigger share of the money because they're doing all the work. And they don't realize that had the money not come, and I was in the same position, had the financial money not come and been available, the business would never have existed, or the situation in the partnership would never have existed, because the resources were required. You either have to have time and energy resources or money resources. And when you come together, it's got to be what feels good and is right to everybody. But the more work you put into something, the more you feel entitled to a bigger share of it. And it's just a big mess. So that's why partnership agreements are so important. Never get involved in a partnership that you don't have in writing, that everything isn't spelled out and documented in writing. And it's sad that it's that way, but especially with people that you don't know really well, and actually with people you do know very, very well, because it's the people that you know really, really well that tend to harbor the resentment the most. So it's a slippery slope. So, but partnerships can also be one of the fastest ways that you can grow your influence, that you can become known in your area of expertise by partnering up with people to provide your prospects, the people that you serve, with more value and more services than you could ever add on or deliver on your own. For example, and the reason I'm talking about this is because I'm doing it for the 90-day challenge. Partnering with people that can solve another problem for your perfect prospect so that they can use your products and services better, faster, and easier is a really smart strategy, right? So say I am a business coach, because I am, and I find out that a lot of the people I'm working with are having health challenges, or are not taking very good care of themselves because they're stressed out, they're not managing their time very well. I could do a couple of things. I could partner with someone who's an expert in time management. I could partner with somebody that's like a health coach or an expert in people's self-care and taking care of themselves and getting more energy. I could partner with life coaches or people that are in different types of coaching than me that my people need and want. Maybe let's go with want the service more than need, because it could be both, right? We don't often know what we need. We know what we want, We always know what we want, whether we admit it or not. We just don't always know what we need. And sometimes what we think we want is totally different than what we actually need. You find that out a lot in coaching. What people say they want, yeah, they want this result, but what they need to do, the steps to get that result, they don't even think to ask for those things because they don't even know that they're required to get the thing that they want. I hope that makes sense. So for 90-day challenge, talking about partnering and partnerships, and I got to figure out how am I going to do that quickly, easily, concisely in less than 10 minutes. And I think I can totally do that, but it's a huge topic. Any topic that involves relationships and human beings tends to be a huge topic. So working on that, working on my move, which is, you know, a continually improving nightmare. I hope that I'm planning on being done early next week, at least with the physical move part. And then it's just, you know, starting to get the house ready to sell, starting to set up the new place, the new temporary place, and then just moving forward and getting back on track with the things that I'm trying to do in my life and my business, and not sneaking in coaching calls and sneaking in consulting meetings and sneaking in everything I need to sneak in as I'm doing this big project. Running late again. There goes my alarm. I have alarms set to remind me to do different things, and I should turn them off every morning before I start making my videos, but I forget to. And I never think it's going to take me as long to do things as it does, and then I decide to go and get crazy props for my videos like an iron, and it takes longer than I think it's going to. So that's what I'm working on, and soon I will be back on track with my things. I still haven't come up with what I want my next 90-day challenge, or not 90-day challenge, my next challenge to be. It's definitely not going to be 90 days. I think I'll do a 30-day one next and see if there's interest in doing a 90-day one. I personally believe that the 90-day challenges are the way to go, but the vast majority of human beings will not commit even 30 days, much less 90 days. So it's easy to get people to commit to a 30-day challenge, and not easy, it's easier. It's easy to get people to commit to a 5-day challenge, and most people won't do it. It's easier to get people to commit to a 30-day challenge, of course, than anything longer than that. But again, most people won't do it. People will sign up for it, they'll do it, they'll start, they'll do 1 or 2 days, and then life gets busy and life gets in the way and it doesn't happen. And I get that, it's human nature. But I think it's really important that we start building up the commitments that we make to ourselves. And it doesn't matter what we tell anybody else, but I'm really committed to doing challenges because I know that there are many commitments to myself. And if I make a commitment to myself and then other people, really helps to make sure I'm going to do it even on the days I don't feel like doing it. It holds me accountable. So doing challenges with other people I love because it holds me accountable to doing the challenge. Now, I would do it anyway, whether there was people watching or not, because I committed to it. And once I commit to it, I'm doing it no matter what. I figure out a way to do it. I think only one day in the 90 days so far, I didn't do my video for the challenge, videos, because I do two, first thing in the morning. I was staying at my mom's this last weekend with my relatives from Texas, and there's nowhere in the house that wasn't taken up with people that I could find to quietly do. I suppose I could have snuck out in the garage, but I was like, yeah, I don't want to be holding my phone out in the garage or my actually I do that one on my computer for YouTube through StreamYard. I didn't want to be setting my computer up somewhere in the garage. Number one, I didn't know where the plugs were. I'm sure there are plugs and outlets, but you know, sometimes when you're not familiar with a place, it's just easier to wait till you get home and do your thing. So that's what I did. But only one day in 90. I mean, that's pretty good. This is summer. This is high fun time in my neck of the woods in Wisconsin. We don't get much summer. So had I thought about the planning of the timing of the 90-day challenge, would I have made it different? Maybe not. Probably would have, so that it didn't impact holidays and summer and everything else. But that's the thing. It's our life goes on whether there's holidays or summer or seasons. And if we really want to live the life we want, we need to take action every day to move toward that thing. And yeah, we can have days off and take days off and recharge our batteries, but I find if I take days off in a challenge, that's why I do my challenges through the weekend. If I take days off, I totally lose momentum and it's like starting all over again. So instead of having, and I've tested this, instead of doing a 30-day challenge and taking weekends off and then having to restart, it's like starting totally 4 different challenges over again because everybody falls off on the weekends and it's almost impossible to get people started again after the weekend. including myself. So if I'm doing a number of days challenge, it's those days in a row. If it's a 7-day challenge, it includes Saturday and Sunday. If I'm doing a 30-day challenge, it includes weekends, Saturday and Sunday. If I'm doing any kind of challenge and there's a holiday, guess what? Christmas Day, I'm up doing a challenge video because I committed to doing the challenge. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, it doesn't matter. And you know what? It's ridiculous to not do it because it doesn't take that much time. Every single human being on this planet has 5 or 10 minutes in a day to do a challenge. If you don't have 5 or 10 minutes that you can find to do something that is important to you, you have a much bigger problem and a much bigger challenge than doing a challenge. You have a definite commitment to yourself challenge, because all of us have 24 hours in a day. That's a whole lot of time. That's a whole lot of minutes to find time. You know, maybe you have to go hide in the bathroom or in your closet. I've done videos in my closet because I needed a quiet place before and stuff was going on around me. I took the 5 or 10 minutes, and it's usually never even 10 minutes. It's hard to talk for 10 minutes because you have to talk a lot. You have to say a lot. You have to have a lot to say. But it's easy to talk for a minute or two, and every one of us can find a minute or two somewhere. Go sit in your car. Go sit in the garage. Go in your closet. Go do whatever it is you have to do to create what it is that you want to create, or do what you have to do. Every one of us, when we're doing something else, can be planning or thinking about what it is that our content's going to be, or how we're going to provide a service or something for our perfect prospects, for our audience. Every one of us can be doing that while we're doing something else. I would never be able to get through housework if I didn't have my mind going on something else while I'm doing the dishes or loading the dishwasher or doing the laundry. I'm always thinking about something that's a lot more fun to think about than doing the dishes or doing the laundry, right? So just find ways to use your time wisely. And we could do a whole, segment. I could do probably a week-long seminar on time management and strategies and how to create the life you want based on the time that you have already, no matter how small amount of time that might be. Because I guarantee if you look at what you're doing every day, you've got pockets of time in there. And I have tons of time that I'm wasting these days. Not wasting, I'm spending time with my granddaughter these days. So I have a lot of pockets of time where I'm not online making videos because I need quiet time for that. But while I'm with her, when she's playing or doing something or we're playing, my mind might wander and I might be thinking about other things that I am working on as well. So it's less productive time than just sitting and thinking about it, but it's actually more productive, more creative time in a lot of instances, because I'm looking at life now through the eyes of a 4-year-old and what's fun and important to a 4-year-old. And that is a whole different perspective than I'm used to. It's been a long time since my kids were 4, 24 and 21 years it's been since my kids were 4. So that's a long time. It's a couple of decades. So it's really amazing to be able to actually think about and see the world from another smaller human being's perspective, because it just changes the way I think, the way I see things, and the way I look at things. And that's always a good thing for all of us in all of our businesses. I think a lot of the miscommunication and the misunderstanding between human beings is because we don't ever step out of ourselves and look at life through other people's eyes or through other people's shoes. It's a difficult thing because we are all about ourselves. We are about living our own life, but we also need to be empathetic, and we need to understand other people and interact with other people to make our lives work. So that's what I'm working on. 90-day challenge, moving, and there's still so much to move. It just makes me want to cringe sometimes, and I think, whoa, what a great opportunity. Get to move. Yeah, that's how I really feel about it. So I would love to hear your thoughts on partnering and partnerships and the kind of partners that you've had, if you've had any, what you think about that as a strategy for growing and building and supersizing your business. And I'm not talking about outsourcing or paying people to be affiliates. I'm talking about truly coming together in a mutual arrangement between you and another person to create something that hasn't been created before, that hasn't been created before, something unique to you and your partnership that provides a product or service for your people, your customers, that meets one of their wants or needs that you wouldn't be able to supply otherwise if you hadn't partnered with somebody. That's it. Well, make it an awesome day. Let me know if I can help you in any way, shape, or form. I am here. I'm busy, but I'm always available to help if you need it. So hit me up, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom, Jam Grandma. Easy to find pretty much everywhere on social media. And I will, of course, be with you tomorrow talking about what I'm doing now more on the 90-day challenge. Probably have my next challenge picked out by then. I need to get on that because we're under a week now, and I usually need more than a week to decide what my next challenge is going to be. And it should be about moving and setting up a new household, but it's not going to because nobody cares about that except me. All right, take care. Catch you tomorrow.